as a speech therapist, our job is complex. It's not just to be a coach, right? It's actually to understand the brain science so that we can support brain healing over time. And that's another thing that I feel like a lot of people are surprised to learn about is that the brain is actually able to heal, to make new connections, to change and grow. It's a process called neuroplasticity. So, as a speech therapist, my job is basically to understand the principles of neuroplasticity, how the brain can heal. And we take advantage of what we know about that process to help speed up the healing process. So, for example, one thing we know about neuroplasticity is that the brain heals and makes new connections in response to practice. And not just practice, but frequent practice and practice that is meaningful and important to the person who's working. So, when I was first training decades ago, we used a lot of workbooks. We'd pull out a workbook and sort of use the same workbook with every client. But something that's changed over the years as we've had a better understanding of how the brain works is that we no longer use cookie cutter therapy with every single patient. We find out what each client is interested in, what is meaningful and important to them, and we work that into our treatment. Because it turns out your brain responds better when you're learning about or listening to or reading about things that are interesting to you. I mean, it makes sense, it's common sense, but it really helps us to make therapy more interesting and fun for each client, but also makes it more salient, more powerful. So that's a big part of my job is to teach people how to exercise their brain to speed up the healing process.
Wow. That's really
Because it's so important for people to understand that even if they've had some kind of medical change and there's something has happened to their brain and they're not able to function as well as they were before, there is hope. There is a way for their brain to heal and recover, especially if you're working with the right professionals who understand that process.